Hey guys, welcome back to TCG Bros. Tonight we're going to be doing a deck profile update on Infernoid, a deck that kind of fell off the face of the earth recently. I mean, it never got a ban list hit, never had anything really happen to it, but people just kind of started ignoring it, I guess. So we're going to go ahead and do our first update that we've done on it in a good while. I didn't update it. I haven't updated this probably since it was, still topping events and being played pretty often, so it's been a good while, but let's go ahead and get into it. So, we start off with our two biggest one-offs, an Infernoid Anunku. Sorry, it didn't focus in there. And then our other big one, Infernoid Devotee. My personal favorite is Devotee here. Anunku is really good too, and the thing is, they also mimic each other's effects really when they get on the field, kind of, so that's always one of the things I found the most interesting about Infernoids was those two cards. Next we have our 3 Infernoid Decatron. This is one of your key cards. I mean, you can play it at 2, but I think 3 is really appropriate, and it allows you to play Rekindling, so you don't really want to banish this when you go to special summon your others, but triple Decatron is definitely something that's really important. Then next we have our triple Infernoid Antra, and this is mainly just going to be like something you're going to banish most of the time just to special summon your bigger Infernoid monsters. But its effect is okay. And then next we have 2 Infernoid Pyramice, and this is also most of the time going to be something you banish to special summon your larger ones, but also this one has a pretty decent effect. It has a pretty decent effect on its own, so sometimes you will find that you'll want to use this card. But yeah, I'm sad I never got to go to like an event when this deck was really hot, so like I didn't get to play it at an event like I would have liked to. But 3 Infernoid Harmodic. This card is really good. Just allows you to pop one, and you can't attack with it, but ideally you'll go with Raiden and this into a level 7 Synchro after you pop something with this. That's what I find myself doing most of the time. Next, we have our 3 Infernoid Patrulia. This is pops a spell card. You can't attack when it does, but at the same time, go into your other plays with it, like pop a spell and go into a rank 4 with another level 4 or something like that. It's normally the case. 3 Attendel, your main level 8. If it destroys a monster during the battle phase, it can chain its effect and make a second attack during the battle phase each turn. And then your level 7 Sight Samas. Attack at the end of the battle phase. If it destroyed a monster, you can banish 1 card on the field, so you can definitely like manipulate this card and use it to your advantage to take out really problematic cards. And that is all the Infernoid monsters we play. So, moving on from there. Now, I haven't done this for a while, but this is the way I prefer to play Infernoid, and it gives you a little bit more reasoning targets, but historically speaking, decks that topped as Infernoid did play a decent amount of Lightsworn the majority of the time, or sided at least. So, Lumina basically just serves as making your deck more explosive than like Card Trooper, but the odds are also that you'll be hitting your other Lightsworns before you get a Lumina in hand, so this just makes it to where you can use Raiden without just leaving him on the field all the time just to get the mill of 4 each turn with him. So it just allows you to make a little bit more plays. So we've got our 2 Raiden. Obviously he's just to mill top 2 and mill top 2 at the end phase, assuming you have not went into a different monster with him. Then we have a Lila Lightsworn Sorceress. That's just pop back row, get around like an out to vanities and that kind of stuff that really like kills you. And that is all for our monsters in the deck. So, moving on. You got your triple reasoning. This is your main, this is like the key to playing Infernoid, so it's definitely good that Cosmo has not gotten this card banned or down to 1 yet, and I hope that that deck does not cause Infernoid to take that hit. 2 Void Seer. This card is actually super good, and the other thing is, if you play Twin Twisters in your Infernoid build, and you don't need this in your hand, you can like ditch the graveyard and it's still good. So, but most of the time you're going to want to, if you don't use it during your turn, you want to set it and then the following turn, or something like that. So, and then we have our 2 Charge of the Light Brigade, 1 Rekindling, 1 Raigeki, 1 Barrow from a Different Dimension. You must play this card, so good. 1 Monster Gate, also a necessary card. And then either 2 Breakthrough Skill or 2 Twin Twister, and I would definitely recommend Twin Twister. And now we will get into our extra deck. Alright, so on to our extra deck for Infernoids. And obviously, you know, every extra deck is really like personal preference for what works for you the best. And this is just what I've come to like. I mean, my last updates were a lot different in terms of extra deck, but I enjoy this extra deck a lot more than my prior. So we start out with our 1 Gem Knight Pearl, Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon, and the reason we play Pearl is because it doesn't count as a, it's not an effect monster, so you can continue to special summon your big level Infernoid monsters without having too many levels on the board. 1 Abyss Dweller, because we're still seeing a lot of play for things activating in the graveyard. 1 Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, just a really good card to sit on and let your opponent burn themselves out. And it can't be Raigeki. Well, it has Xyz material anyway. 1 number 11 Big Eye. Sorry for the focus. Big Eye, self-explanatory. Big Eye is the MVP. 1 Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand, just to get around that pestering back row. 1 Old Entity Hastor, just a good tech card, something different to let you get off some of your odd plays. You go into it with Pure Mice and, like Harmodic and Decatron most of the time, so something like that. 1 Gaia Knight, the Force of Earth. This is also something you're going to go into to clear up room on your board so that you can special summon more monsters and go for the OTK. 1 Ancient Sacred Wyvern, my personal favorite synchro of all time. That's why it's on our playmats here. My favorite synchro of all time. Huge OTK potential when you attack with this following the attack of another monster of yours. Most of the time you'll win the game single-handedly with that card. 1 Black Rose Dragon. This card's super good in the current format just because nuking the board is most times something that nobody can recover from. 1 Scrap Archfiend, once again with the non-effect, just having a high attack for no effect so you can continue to special summon. 1 Dark Strike Fighter. This is actually new. I never used to play this in Infernoid, but since you do have some bigger level monsters, in order just to, like, in the games at some point, you can tribute a Deviate or a Nunku and burn your opponent's life points for a really big amount and keep Dark Strike Fighter on board. So sometimes it can just be like the finishing touch for the game to burn out. And it's level 7, so if you tribute that, say you special summon a Sight Samas, and then you can overlay into a Red Eyes Flare and just continue to burn. So just a lot of versatility to your plays. Alright, 1 Crimson Blader. This card is kind of disputable. If you don't play Crimson Blader, I would suggest maybe something like Stardust Dragon at this format. But like I said, all mainly personal preference as far as extra decks go. 1 Leo, Keeper of the Sacred Tree, which you won't see often, and 1 Star Eater, which you also won't see very often. But one other thing, you also could contest that running Trishula may be possible in this deck, but the reason I wouldn't play Trishula is because the only way I can think of to get into it would be Decatron, Sight Some Moss, and an Antra, and the odds of you having all those cards on board at one time are extremely, extremely slim. But like I said, just let me know what you guys think of the deck profile. Hope it helps you guys out and you enjoyed it. Make sure you leave a thumbs up on this video and subscribe if you're new to our channel. And I'll see you guys soon with some more Yu-Gi-Oh videos.